Have you ever told an AI to write some SEO content and what you got back was just awful? Totally unnatural, stuffed with keywords and basically impossible to rank? Yeah, you're definitely not alone. But what if I told you the problem isn't the AI, it's the prompt? Well, stick with me, because today we are breaking down the exact framework for writing AI prompts that generate content that actually gets on Google's good side.
I bet this looks familiar, right? We've all written a prompt that looks pretty much exactly like this. And it seems logical, doesn't it? You tell the AI the topic and the keywords you want. But this simple, super vague instruction is the real reason there's so much bad, ineffective SEO content out there. It's a trap, and so many of us fall right into it.
And this is what you get back: a robotic, keyword-stuffed nightmare. The AI takes your instructions way too literally, just jamming those keywords in wherever it can. The result is something no human would ever want to read. And, more importantly, something search engines like Google will actively punish you for.
So this brings us to what I call the bad prompt problem. Honestly, it's the single biggest hurdle standing between you and creating really effective AI-driven SEO content. It's not about working harder, it's about prompting smarter.
Okay, so here's the deal. The real challenge isn't just about sprinkling keywords into your text, it's about finding that perfect balance. How do you create content that's perfectly optimized for search engines to find, but is also genuinely helpful, engaging, and valuable for the actual person reading it? That's the puzzle we're going to solve today.
So why does a really detailed prompt work so much better? Well, it's not magic. There's actually a science to it. What we're doing is guiding the AI to tap into all the patterns of successful content it learned when it was being trained. Let's break down exactly how that works.
First up, we have something called keyword pattern recognition. Think about it. The AI has analyzed billions of pages, including tons of top-ranking Google articles. So when you give it really specific instructions, you're not just telling it what words to use, you're basically activating its memory of what successful, natural-sounding SEO content is supposed to look like. Next up is search intent. This is so important. Is the user trying to learn something, or are they ready to pull out their credit card and buy something? When your prompt tells the AI the intent, like, say, informational for a how-to guide, it tailors the whole structure and tone perfectly to what that specific searcher is looking for. This is a massive ranking factor. Then you've got structure and this idea of semantic SEO. Put simply, Google's gotten really smart. It doesn't just look for one keyword anymore. It looks for a whole cluster of related topics to figure out if your content is a genuinely expert resource. By telling the AI to include these related concepts and use a clean H1/H2 structure, you help it build an article that screams authority to Google. And this one is huge. EEAT. That's experience, expertise, authoritativeness, and trustworthiness. These are the quality signals Google is obsessed with right now. Your prompt can literally tell the AI to include insights from an expert or cite credible sources, which generates content that feels way more trustworthy and is much more likely to be rewarded. Okay, enough of the science, we get it. Now, how do we actually apply it? The solution is a structured approach. I'm about to walk you through a super powerful 8-part framework that turns those vague, useless prompts into absolute content-generating machines. And here it is. Every single piece of this is crucial. You start by giving the AI a role and its expertise. Then, you define the content type and its purpose. From there, you lay out a crystal clear keyword strategy and tell it the search intent. Next up is a detailed structure, followed by any technical SEO requirements. You finish by defining the tone and style, and finally, list any specific things to include or avoid. It's a complete blueprint for success. But hey, talk is cheap, right? So let's see some proof. I'm going to show you the night and day difference between content that comes from a bad prompt versus one built with our 8-part framework. The results? Well, they speak for themselves. Okay, check this out. On one side, you have that sad, vague little prompt we started with. On the other side, you have this, a complete game changer. It tells the AI its role, the word count, how often to use keywords, the search intent, and even gives it a full H1/H2 structure. It's not just a request anymore, it's a detailed battle plan. So why is the result so much better? It's pretty simple, really. The prompt forces the AI to weave keywords in naturally, not just stuff them in. It demands a clean, SEO-friendly structure. It makes sure the content aligns with what the user's actually looking for. And it injects all those important related topics and EEAT signals. It literally checks every single box.
And the impact? It's just massive. That bad prompt might give you content with keywords, but it has none of the quality that search engines care about. In contrast, the content from the good prompt hits about 90 to 95% topical relevance. That means you're creating a piece that is primed to rank from the second you hit publish. The difference is just staggering. And this framework isn't just for blog posts. Let's take a look at an e-commerce example, say for some wireless headphones. The bad prompt just lists a few keywords, but the good prompt, it tells the AI to act like an expert e-commerce copywriter, it specifies a structure that focuses on benefits and tech specs, and it targets a commercial search intent.
See how the good prompt totally shifts the focus? It creates copy that doesn't just list features, it explains the benefits of those features. The content isn't just structured to rank, it's structured to turn a visitor into a customer. It gets that the user is there to buy, and it avoids all that spammy repetition that just kills trust. So, you've seen the problem, you understand the science, and you've seen the proof. Now it's time to actually put this into practice. Let's boil all of this down into your new playbook, the core principles you can use right away for every piece of content you create. If you take nothing else away from this, remember these 5 golden rules. Always tell the AI how often to use keywords to avoid stuffing. Always state the search intent. Always throw in related topics, always provide a clear structure, and never, ever forget to ask for those EEAT signals. These are your non-negotiables for ranking success. And here's a quick little cheat sheet for you. Seen a lot of keyword stuffing? The fix is to specify natural usage. Getting thin, low-value content? The fix is to define a solid word count and ask for more depth. Think of this as your go-to guide for turning those common mistakes into expert-level content.
So now you have the playbook. You have the framework and the principles to stop generating spam and start creating amazing content that both search engines and actual humans are going to love. The only question left is, what's the first piece of content you're going to transform with this?